my name is Asta. I'm 25 years old and I was diagnosed with MS May 28th in 2007. So I have MS for 3.5 years.
Okay, so what can you tell me about MS?
It's a very weird disease. Actually, there's still a lot of speculations about how it came about and what causes it. It's something that you just really never know what you're expecting with, what's going to happen next. You can go for a few years feeling perfectly with no symptoms, and you can have a few years straight where you're not feeling well at all. Symptoms go away and come back. It depends on the kind of MS you have. There's three different kinds, and pretty much I am in the medium stage of it. So yeah.
So there's 3 different stages.
There's 3 different kinds.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure all the correct names for all of it, but one of them is the one that develop very slow and you don't have the symptoms a lot and they don't come back often. And there's another one that symptoms come back around the same time, around the same year, like every year, and they come back stronger. And then this one can become the worst one, but it doesn't have to, it depends. And the worst kind is where it just keep progressing all the time.
Well, what kind of symptoms comes with MS?
It depends. Like for me, it's a blurry vision, memory problems, headaches, very bad migraines, weaknesses in my muscles. Yeah.
Are these symptoms daily?
No, they come and go seasonally. Like I can have 4 months straight where I feel nothing, and then when it starts, then you go through like this part when you go through symptoms, and it starts from a headaches or a blurry vision, and then you start noticing weaknesses in your hands and or legs, and that's most of the time treated with steroids, and then like an IV injection steroids to stop that process of the symptoms, and they back up, and then the next one you can have a month later or 2 months later or a year later. You just really never know.
How long do they last? Hourly, weekly?
Well, they for me, they develop very slowly. So like I'll have a headache one day and the next day I'll be fine, and then after that I have a headache like straight 3-4 days straight, and I have a blurry vision that comes with it, and then I'll be okay for next 2 days, and then I'll notice that my hands and my legs are weak, and then they'll be weaker one day and another day they'll be better, and then they'll get worse the next day, and like slowly, like day after day, it's gonna be going more into a worst scenario, and that's when you need to see a doctor. Like you don't get to go see a doctor like before 5 or 6 days straight of symptoms, because you can have like 1 or 2 days when you're not feeling well, and then next month when you're feeling good, you get to go see your doctor like after 6 straight days when you have like symptoms all the time, and that's when they're trying to deal with it with medication.
Is MS curable?
No, not at the moment. There's medications that can supposedly slow down the process of the development, or slow down the process of the lesions growing. But
explain a lesion.
it's like this little white stuff that are on your brain or on your spine. You can see them after you do your MRI, and though they actually block the informations that goes all the symptoms, and then those are the ones that are like growing, and you can get new ones. I started with having them only on my brain, and then a year and a half later I had them on my spine, and they move around my brain, so I have a new ones on my brain, and the old ones got bigger, some of them got smaller. It's very weird.
What kind of treatments are there for MS?
Well, there's those medications that they came up with. There's 3 kinds of shots you can take. There's Avonex that you take once a week. It's an injection. It's an intramuscular injection, and this supposedly slow down your process of the lesions. Then there is Rebif. It's a different kind of. It's pretty much almost the same thing that Avonex is. It's just stronger. You take it 3 times a week. It's an injection, but it's under the skin, it's not intramuscular, so the needle is smaller. And that's not only supposed to be slowing down the process of the development of the lesions, but also supposed to ensure that you have a less of the symptoms. And for the people that have, they have that worst kind of mess, there's a Biotiserin, and that's a shot that you take every single day. And it's pretty much the same injection, it's just very strong. And then there's this new medication that came up a year and a half ago. They're still testing it. It's just an IV injection taken once a month, but they say that it's one of the best ones there, but there's a lot of speculation about how it works, and there's some people that died from it, and they're not sure really what they do with it. So.
What about the cost of treatments for multiple sclerosis?
It's very expensive. Like the medication I'm on right now, Rebif, it costs around $2,500 a month.
And what does this medication that you're on do?
It's supposed to be slowing down the process of the development of the lesions, and also hopefully decrease the amount of symptoms.
Okay, are any of these treatments long term? Like you said, the shot is take it every month, but is there one that keeps you going for 2 years, 3 years?
Well, the shots I'm taking right now is 3 times a week, and you're supposed to be on it for like your whole life. You just don't stop, because if you stop, that's when you're allowing the disease to start progressing faster and going back in the speed that it was before. There is that shot, there is the IV injection you can take once a month, the new medication, but you take it once a month, but there's a lot of risk that comes with it, and I wanted to go on medication because of the review that has it, even though there's a risk. But my doctor wouldn't take a risk of putting me on the medication because there is a risk of like people getting very ill or even dying. So, and they're still working on making that medication better, like it's more safer.
Okay,
that's all.
Well, thank you.
Super.
No more, it cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to open up your mind and see like me.